Hi there, this is a review of the online presence for Top Star Egress of Denver. I can see you guys are really working hard on your digital presence. Um, you have an updated website that looks great. Good amount of reviews on your Google profile. Awesome. And um, your Facebook page also has some recent posts on it. So I can see that you're not driving people away. You're inviting them to come in. But the bad news is that nobody's finding you. You're bleeding here. So this is a hyperlocal map of the highest transactional keywords searches for basement egress installation, and all this red is places that you are not showing up or barely showing up in the listings. Um, this stuff here in orange is better, but still not great. And what you really want is these green spots, which you do have a couple, and that's wonderful. And so that means that you're showing up in the top three. Top three is where 60% of the traffic stops on Google. So if you're not listed in the top three, you're missing out on a huge chunk of traffic. And so there's a lot that you need to do in order to improve these results to get to make your digital presence effective for Google. Another view here is searches that you're ranking for. Um, these are filtered down to just the most transactional searches, the ones where you're closest to a client, um, making a buying decision. And you're showing up on the fourth or fifth page of Google, so you might as well not be there. 90% of traffic to Google doesn't leave the front page, the first page of results. So by contrast, you've got this competitor here, Basement Windows of Denver, who have like 165 keywords, but the keywords when they're ranking, 2, 3, 4, 10. So they're showing up on that first page and not missing out on that traffic. So you need to get into those first pages. And then finally, this is a citation audit. Citations are everywhere that you're listed on the internet, where they list your business and link out to your business. And this is one of the primary trust signals that Google uses to determine, the value of your business, the reputation, the online reputation that you've got. And so right now it's very low. It's not bad, which is great, but it's very low, and so you need to just add more. So how do we turn around this situation? Let's see. So first, we need to send those signals to Google that you're a real business, giving great results to satisfied customers. And you're doing a great start to this with your reviews. You have uh, 160 reviews, which is awesome. They're consistently rating 5 stars, which is great. Um, but one thing that you can do to improve your reputation with Google is actually respond to the reviews. I saw that you did have a period about 6 to 10 months ago where you were responding to reviews. I think you just got to pick that back up. It can be tricky, but you want to make sure that you're getting an alert whenever a new review comes in, and then shoot for responding to it same day or with a minimum within 3 days. I think for most of my clients, it's easiest just to review same day because it's like, oh, something happened. Here's a response. Uh, and so that's going to help you if you just respond with like a thank you and something that you can remember specifically about their job to help make the client feel really special. In addition to being an important traffic signal for Google, this also is something that prospective clients are going to see and look at and consider when they're deciding whether or not to hire your business. So it's really great. You want to make sure that you're doing that. Next, you want to be found everywhere. Like I said, this is another major trust signal for Google, the number of citations, the places where your business is linked online. Um, as you can see here, there's lots and lots of these. Some are easier to work with than others. Some are just generic business directories. Others are niche specific for contractors or services businesses. And you basically want to be listed in as many of these as possible. Some of them are paid, many of them are free. And so some of the highest reputation ones are like the Better Business Bureau, which usually which does cost something, or your local chamber of commerce can be really effective. That usually costs something as well. And finally, we want to make sure that it's easy for Google to identify your service locations. So I see that you have a service area defined in your Google profile. Um, and I'd love to see the specifics of how exactly your service area is set up, because it does have this sort of like polygon shape out here in a lot of the eastern outlying areas outside of Denver. Um, and so if those are areas where you're doing business, then to maximize your results in those particular areas, we want to actually list those locations for you in your service areas on your website. Right now, your service areas on your website is just describing Denver and surrounding areas. Which totally makes sense. It's helpful enough to people who are looking at your website, but it's not providing any signals to Google of where they should be showing you, what specific small locations you should be showing up higher, because you're known to do service in those areas. So if you put in some of these outlying towns, Strasburg or Bennett, or even like Aurora, uh, you can help yourself rate higher in those locations by making those changes. Uh, there's other things that you can do, but that I don't want to overwhelm you. In conclusion, with some adjustments, you can start to build up this online reputation, focusing on the ways that Google specifically is looking to rank you higher. And to it's a fairly competitive landscape for this service in the Denver area. You've got some great companies out there with strong reputations, but you can continue to build this digital reputation by adjusting your service areas, responding to your reviews, and also getting your citations, getting your business out there on as many websites as possible. Um, and I'm happy to discuss any of this with you. If you have any questions, let me know, and we can talk about it. Otherwise, have a great day. I hope this has been helpful. Take care.